In today's special Halloween 2025 episode, reality blurs with the supernatural. From spine-tingling experiences straight from the mouths of OneHeart staff, to the world of laptops behaving strangely, screens filling with mysterious patterns, and inexplicable EMF readings. Then we'll jump into Reddit, where listeners recount ghostly encounters and chilling memories, like visiting places from another lifetime and maybe meeting your own ghost. So grab your flashlight, your blinky, and buckle up.
If ever your life could be a true crime podcast episode, then this podcast is for you. We're about to embark on a roller coaster of emotions, insights, survival, and stories about escape. So buckle up and let the journey begin.
Welcome back to the Escape Pod, everybody, a Traumedy podcast about escaping all of the things, with proceeds going to OneHeart, where we help people escape the crisis of poverty and addiction and trauma and debt and anything else holding them back in life. I am Charity.
And I'm KB.
What are you escaping this week, KB?
I am escaping sickness. I think we've had a lot of sickness here. I'm better finally. And I don't think it started with me, but I was one of them who was taken down for a few days. And yeah, a bunch of our staff is sick, and I just feel like we're all kind of really taxed right now, and our brains are taxed, and it's just, ugh. So that's what I'm escaping. How about you?
I think just technical glitches.
Yeah. It's been a lot of
We
those
were
too.
ahead on our podcasts,
Mm-hmm.
and then we realized, too, that we recorded, the video was great, but there was no audio. So we are doing it again.
You're doing it again.
So hopefully it'll be as good as it was the first time around, at least for us.
Yeah. Yeah, we always
just
have fun. But yeah,
Technical stuff, yeah.
it's like Groundhog Day. It's not going to be Groundhog Day for you guys, but it's Groundhog Day for
Well,
us
it's
a
been
little
technical
bit.
stuff on all fronts. Like our phones are VoIP here in the offices. So I'm on a very intriguing interview call today with someone in, actually, I'm not going to spill anything, but it's on a case we covered in season 1 of the Escape Pod. I'm very excited about it. And he kept saying, you just cut out on that. And I'm like, God dang it. Because yesterday my phone kept saying offline. I'm like, come on.
Oh,
And it's just technical glitches galore on almost every front. So I don't know what is going on.
Yeah,
Mercury retrograde, if you believe in any of that. I have no idea. I don't follow astrology anymore, but something's going on.
it is going on because
Something's in
we've
the
had
air.
we've had some weird issues in the marketing department as well, with just different technical glitches as well, and they don't really make sense. And it's not something to spend time trying to find a solution on something I have zero control over is frustrating to me, because I want it fixed and I want it fixed now. But some of them we can, some of them we can't. So
Well, I tell you what, we were, a couple weeks ago, we were doing a run through of a guided ghost tour here at OneHeart. We used to kind of joke about it, like, oh, we should do ghost tours. Now we're actually doing them. And we're doing them to benefit OneHeart. This was an auction item at a recent fundraiser. And so a group that won this auction item will come through and, very elite, I guess.
Yeah.
So one group only. And as we were practicing, one of our newer employees, Dahlman, was like here after hours, and he's like, "What's going on?" And he just kind of looked at me, goes, There's ghosts in the building. I'm like, yep, there sure are. And the next day he goes and says to Nicole, "You didn't tell me this place was haunted." But it's not like haunted malevolently.
yeah,
Malevolently. It's never felt that way. But it's very clear for those of you that listened to our Halloween episode last year, you got to hear evidence. One of our ghosties here is a child, we believe. And that one, just to recap a little bit, we had one of our buildings and grounds crew was working right outside our door late at night. And they all carry radios because we're a very secure campus. And the radio starts going like, just making these weird sounds. And so he takes the radio off and he's looking at it. And then he picks up his cell phone and starts filming the radio, and it just keeps doing that. And then he sets it on the back of the water fountain and just kind of backs away from it, watches it for a while. He's recording it. And then all of a sudden you can hear this voice go, Daddy.
No.
And then he's just like, he shuts the thing off. He's like, oh no. And so when I first heard it, I'm like, okay, well, we're across the street from the police department. Are we picking up chatter from their systems?
It's a closed
system.
Yeah.
And then also cops aren't usually on the radio saying, Daddy.
Yeah,
so
right.
it was wild. Well, anyway, we think it's the same kid. So one of our employees had gone to lunch, forgot to close her office door. She logged out of her computer, but forgot to close her office door. So she comes back and she's like, were you trying to get into my laptop? I'm like, no. Did she go in my office? No. And it's kitty corner. I can see it.
Yeah.
Not the only thing I can see from my corner of the room where it faces not the hallway.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, I get to face the corner. And so she comes back and her laptop says, like, she can't log in because it's too many failed login attempts.
Shoot.
And
Yeah.
she's like, what is happening? So I'm like, ooh, check this out. Now, let's sidestep for a second. So we were having a fun team game day, which is one of the things we like to do at OneHeart. And Chad, you guys have met Chad, was using a certain filter. I can't remember which social media platform it was on, but it'll like superimpose kind of like almost anime characters over people in the screen, in the view. And so he's taking one from down the hall, and I was there, so I could see, I knew which staff person now looked like a cartoon character.
Right.
But then around this wall, someone's going like this.
Oh, no.
And so there's that like head and shoulders, right? And I'm like, who's that? And then the next picture he takes, that person has now come from around the corner and is walking next to this staff person, but there's only one employee in the...
Oh, my gosh.
And
you
I was
did
like,
not tell me
I've never
this.
told you this?
No.
Oh, I think Chad still has them. Like, it was crazy. So anyway, after that, I'm like, that's it. We're buying ghost hunting equipment. I've never ghost hunted in my life. So we bought it. We have the EMF detector. We have the thermal imager. We have the night vision goggles, the video cam, the spirit box, the EVP, like all the stuff, right?
Literal Ghostbuster stuff.
Literal Ghostbuster stuff. And so we've played with it. Like my daughter and her friends have come in and played with it and stuff. And so back to the desk thing and the computer, too many failed login attempts, I was like, ooh, I know. So I went and I grabbed the EMF detector, bring it to her office, and it's just like calm, 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 calm. Nothing's going off. And then she puts it under her desk, and it was like, like it's.
Oh, yeah.
So it's kind of like green to red, like the scale, and it just starts maxing out. And there's nothing electronic under her desk.
Right.
Like it couldn't been interference of any sort. And she kept saying it feels like a kid.
Yeah.
It feels like a kid. Right after that, Kate, our producer, I guess you would call her, she is other kitty corner. So these are only two offices I can see. So it's literally right next door, across from my across from my office. And Kate kind of stands up and she begins filming her laptop, and she's like, Charity, come here.
Did she know what happened to?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, she knew
So it was
that.
like back to back, same day?
I think they were a day apart.
Okay.
Yeah. But she's like, Charity. So I come over there and look, and her screen, she's got Canva up, and it's just filling up with circles. Just circle, 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 circle.
Weird.
Like she's not touching anything, and it's just filling up. I'm like, oh, okay, that's fun. Close out of that, and then try something else. So she opens up a browser, and then it just goes C all the way in the browser bar, and she's not touching anything.
And so it was the first one was circles.
Yes,
Like O's and zeros, or like just weird circles?
perfect little circles, like
Strange.
like little bubbles almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
And
So yeah,
then,
it's like not a key isn't stuck.
nope,
then, 'cause
not a
they're-
key. Nope. And then she closes that and opens up one of our podcast episode sheets, like that has the what you put
Right,
on
the
the
show notes.
Yeah, show notes. Thank you. And it starts rewriting the intro paragraph or the description paragraph, and just garble though, like someone's just going to town on a keyboard. And so we're like, okay,
But you weren't seeing any of the keys moving.
none of the keys were moving.
Huh.
None of the keys were moving. So just things happen around here. They have always. I think it's getting maybe ginned up a little bit. So hopefully it'll be a good showing for the, we were joking around that even the ghosts here are trying to raise funds for OneHeart. So, but yeah, Kate and one of her buddies are going to be the tour guide and do the thing. And I think, if this goes well, we'll make it an annual thing. But even and it goes through the whole campus. So this building, we have stuff happening all the time. The secondary provider building where our coffee shop and our daycare and stuff is happening. Mm-hmm. We think that's animals, though.
Yeah, because this whole campus was a college campus.
Yep, back in the day.
Yep, originally, and they had a vet tech.
That building
was vet tech.
Yep.
I remember going over there when we first toured this before we
it was such a
settled
scary
in.
building.
Oh my gosh, that one was the scariest.
That was the scariest.
I don't know what the vibe was there, but I remember just feeling. I could not wait to get out of the basement of that building.
Well, picture this. For those of you that have never seen this building
it's lovely now,
renovation.
by the way.
Oh, it's
the
beautiful.
coffee shop is lovely. The date, all of it is lovely.
So it's about 5,000 square feet each level, basement, main level. And this building had no I take that back. There was one window, but it was a window in the basement. Offices, nothing had windows. The only natural light that came into that building were the main entry door on the front, or the south and north ends of the building were glass. Mm-hmm. That was it. So no buildings, just a lot of little nooks and crannies. There were exam rooms where they would, practice their skills and stuff. And then downstairs is where they would kennel all the animals. Mm-hmm. So large animals, small animals. And we had mold issues. We had drainage issues. We had every animal odor you can imagine in that building, like urine and, so it was just really, really creepy. Mm-hmm. But after we've renovated, it's beautiful now. And we have a amazing coffee shop there. And that first summer we were open, my son was working there before college. Had he gone to college or was he back?
I don't think he'd gone to college yet when he was first.
Oh, yeah, he did, because he started college in the fall of 20.
So he was just back doing it temporarily during the summer?
So it was 21.
Okay.
Yeah, so so he was just finished his freshman year. And so the manager at the time had one of those big Tibetan singing bowls on her desk. And somehow, he's the only one working. That thing gets, boom, knocked off of the desk.
Oh.
So he comes home, he's like, Mom.
It's a cat.
Is OneHeart haunted? I'm like, well, that's a new level. So that happened. But then recently, back to the ghost tour. Wait, this is kind of the things that could happen. Mm-hmm. We had some people working on some water lines down in the crawl space under the towers. So you can traipse around under all the towers in this crawl space. So you're kind of hunched over. I finally went down there myself on this.
On the trial run?
Yes. But so they were working, and then they needed proof that the work was completed. So they took pictures, and it's only 2 guys working on it. I don't have the pictures. I know someone's going to ask. I don't have them. But they get done with the work. They take a picture of the work. And then when they're showing us that they've finished the work, there is a third person in the view looking at them. And they're like, we're only 2 down there. So just weird stuff. But I think probably the creepiest, was that because you guys don't know our HR and finance director. She's as grounded, down to earth, unflappable as they come. Just no BS, very even keeled. And she comes in a different door than I do. So she comes in the front door. Yeah. I usually come in the east door in the morning. So when she comes by my office, like I said, I can't see anyone in the hall. I know people by their footsteps, how they sound when they walk. And so she'll come around, and as she's rounding the corner to her office, I don't see her, but she'll always yell back over her shoulder, "Good morning." Because I'm there earlier, and so my door is open, and she says, "Good morning." So presumably she does this. I don't know that because I'm not there. So when I walk in through the other door and go past her office back towards mine because I'd just come from the coffee shop and said good morning to her. She just looked at me and went white. She's sitting in her desk and she's like, oh my God, Charity, wait, what? I'm like, what is going on? She goes, I said good morning to you and you answered back. I'm like, right now? Here. No, when I got here. And I said, it was my voice? Yes! I'm like, that one.
That I don't
doppelganger stuff, that's what freaks me out.
I don't like that either. I mean, honestly, I don't like any of it at all. Even the ones that you guys say, oh, it's not malevolent, it's just little. Because I think for me is when I think about the spiritual realm, I don't know that I believe that it's just innocent kids hanging out here. I think that in my beliefs, like I'd like to think that if an innocent kid passes away, that they get to go to heaven, that they're not just stuck here in this, hanging out, haunting things. Like, how awful. And so that's not, my brain doesn't want to compute that. And so I worry that it's like this evil entity pretending to be, because they're deceiving, right?
Maybe.
Gaining trust.
KB.
And then it's like,
you don't work in this building all the time.
I know.
How dare you?
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But that's where I'm like, I don't want anything to do with any of it. No, thank you.
Well, for Kate's office, we broke out the sage.
Yeah.
Started smudging her office. And then just a couple weeks ago, I don't remember, Nicole for sure, and someone else was in my office. And I kept hearing this beep, beep, beep. And everybody's kind of looking at each other like,
what is that?
What is that? Nicole says, do you have like a battery backup on your computer? I said, no. And I'm like, oh, I know that sound. So I go around my desk and I have a diffuser that I turn on every morning.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting there watching it as the button turns on and off. And I'm like, and not at a regular cadence, right? Just on and off. And I'm like, that's it. Go to your room. Whoever you are, go to your room. Enough. We're done.
Yep.
Done. And then it hasn't done it since. So I don't know. Could be just it's old and it's glitching. I don't know.
Yeah, I get it.
But anyway, I'm going to play one for you because I asked our guests if anyone had a ghost story. Now, here's a little. So things were happening in the towers as well. Mm-hmm. We were doing a sweep one time where we're checking for like compliance on things, contraband and stuff like that. And Chad was in one particular hallway next to a room we knew was empty. And he starts messaging me, and I'm on a totally different floor. So our towers are either 3 stories or 4 stories. So there's a lot of ground to cover. And he messages me, and he's like, are you in room whatever? And I'm like, no, I'm downstairs, dude. He's like, you didn't just say Chad in my ear. I'm like, no, can I leave now?
Yeah, like, I'd be running. Okay. No.
I think he calls them wanugis.
Wanugis?
I think that's, don't quote me on that. I think it's the Lakota word for ghosts or, entities or something.
Are you ready to re-enter the workforce or find a career that actually fits? Or maybe you're an employer, tired of noisy platforms that miss the mark? Try Focus, a smarter hiring tool that helps you cut through the noise and focus on what matters. Visit focus.work today. That's FOQUS.WORK.
So anyway, we started, because things were happening so much, we have, let's see, at any given time, about 65% and up of our guests are Native American. Mm-hmm. And so they started asking, like, can we smudge? And of course, we can't do it without setting off all the fire alarms. So once a month, we have a whole protocol that we'll go through to put the fire panel into test mode and allow them to smudge. And then I just bought like a lifetime's worth of sage so that people could do that. And they'll get it all cleansed, and then they just keep coming back. Now, what's interesting, I forgot about this. Our Lakota elder who came and helped us build the sweat lodge, he told me that that's why all of these people are coming.
It's because of the sweat lodge?
Because of the sweat lodge. Because it's what that ceremony, the Inipi ceremony, represents.
Okay. It's like a door.
Yeah. It's like drawing them.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay. And he's been here having conversations with people I can't see before too. So there was one that just kind of sat in this one office, and it's one of those things where you see it out of your periphery, but then when you look, there's
It's not
nothing there.
Yeah.
And so one day, I mean, every people are going by and they're like, I know somebody's sitting in that. There's somebody sitting in that chair. And then you look, it's like nobody's in the chair. And then you just walk a little faster
Yeah.
past that office. And so he went into that office and sat there, and Wayne just has a conversation, and then haven't seen it again. But the other night, right before we were getting ready for the soiree, Carrie was here really late. And she's walking just down the hall from where we sit.
Yeah.
And she had her dog with her, who's like a maybe German Shepherd mix,
Yeah. Elsa.
And so she's going past our Black Elk Peak room, and she sees a man in a suit standing in that room, and nobody's here. I'm going out the east door. Carrie's going out up the stairs. Nobody else is here. And not only did she see it, her dog started growling and like signaling that she saw somebody. And so we met each other in the parking lot. She, because she took the long way around. She is just like goose flesh everywhere.
right
She's like, oh, I think this just happened. I'm like, and Elsa did this. I'm like, well, it probably was. So anyway, this one is out of the mouths of one of our care coordinators who got this story from one of our guests here on campus.
A guest recently came to me wanting to know when the next time we would be smudging would be. When I asked why, they said that their daughter had shot up out of the top bunk, was sitting fully up with her legs dangling over the top bunk, screaming, "It's right there, Mom. It's right there, Mom," over and over and over, pointing out to the window. The mother was asking, "Where? Help me find it. Where is it? What are you talking about?" The little girl just kept saying, "It's right there." The stairs, trying to point towards the stairs. And then the mother asked her to get off the bed, walked her over to the window so that she could try and show her where it was. But when they got over there, she just started handing her plants. So I don't know if the thing left or what happened. But then a couple of days went by. They were watching a show, and at the foot of their bed, they heard a very loud growl. When I asked them to describe it to me, they said it sounded like a very large dog, like a German Shepherd or something that was going to do some damage. They have also heard a dresser, what they described to me as a dresser being opened above them, and they are on the 4th floor. So,
Which is the top floor.
those are the stories they shared with me.
That gives me so many goosebumps.
Yeah. You know, and we don't bring people to OneHeart to have them be traumatized
No.
by ghosts. So this is why we smudge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But and I think that too. So one, yes, like opening the door during those ceremonies is, you know, I mean, when you open doors, not everything good comes through. But also, it's like we do live. I mean, this is a historical town.
Well, it
It's
was
been here
actually
for a long
explained
time.
the other way.
Okay.
Like that it
They go
draws
back-
them so that they can
Go in?
Like that it's a like a passageway to move on.
Oh, okay.
Not bringing people here.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
I
that's okay.
misspoke. Yeah.
Well, or I misunderstood.
Yeah.
But, well, that's better then.
Yeah, that's why. It's like now we have a way to move on.
Yeah.
So
Close
Yeah.
it. Got
Yeah.
it. Well, but like too, this is like an old part of town, too, right?
yes.
I don't know how long has this campus been here?
Oh Lord. These buildings have been around for 50 years,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not too bad.
Yeah.
But anyway,
A lot of people though.
yeah.
So anyway, so then I thought, well, we tried to get more, and there are a lot more stories, but we just didn't get them recorded in time. So I hopped to good old Reddit.
Yeah.
Love Reddit. And I just pulled out a couple small ones here. Chubby Mermaid FL wrote, "So was I the ghost?" And this is just a great little fun story. So when I was growing up, we would go and visit my grandmother on the east coast of Florida about once a month. So I was just as comfortable in her little town as I was my own. Even at the age of 10, I knew all the back roads and shortcuts and the scenic drives. One afternoon, my mother and I were in the car and were taking a leisurely ride when she took me farther down a known road than I had ever recalled being on. She then took a left and got on a road that ran through the salt marsh. As we're going along, she's sharing stories about the swamp ape and other local legends when I look up and say, "Oh, I know where we are. I recognize this area. I came down here with Grandma once." My mother was confused because my grandmother had not driven in years. She didn't even own a car. I proceed to tell her about coming up here and describe a big Victorian house on the corner overlooking the marsh. As we approached the curve, I said, Here, it's right up here." My mother pulled over and asked, and there was no house on the hill as I remembered it. "Where is the house?" I asked. You could clearly see that at one point there had been a homestead there. There were remnants of a stone walkway and a retaining wall, and the way the trees were spaced and the way the ground leveled out, you could tell. I went on to describe the two-story house in full detail, from the gingerbread wood carving to the porch swing. My mother kept asking me questions, and I kept answering them. I told her that I had come here with Grandma to visit a friend who was ill, and that she had brought food for the family, and that I remembered playing with a little girl on the front porch and swinging in the swing with her. It was then that my mother told me that the house that used to be there had burned down in the late 1940s. Wait, what? Record scratch. The 1940s? And that, yes, the lady who had lived there had been a friend of my grandmother's, and that she, my mom, had a very distinct memory of visiting there with her mother when the lady had been ill and bringing food. She then said, "I always wondered who the little blonde girl was that I played with on the porch that day."
Oh, my God.
I asked Mama on the way home if she would bring me back to play with the little girl, and she was perplexed because there were no young children in the home at that time. Instantly, we were both covered in goosebumps when we realized that approximately 20 years before I was born, I played on a wraparound porch with my own mother.
Wow. Wow. Like, that's
Either very good writing, very good creativity, or like total mind-blowing experience, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like, time travel or, I don't know. Like, that's nuts.
I don't remember what podcast I was listening to, but there was one where this girl was on a bridge and this car had gone past her and honked, and she waved. And it was a very distinctive car with like a very distinctive bumper sticker or something. And then years later, like I don't know, something about the girl was familiar.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then years later, this is her car, and she's going on the bridge, and she sees that little girl, and it's her. So she was the little girl when the car went by the first time and honked at her. And then years later, she's the one driving the car. Bridge, same time, little girl, all the things.
That puts a whole new level to like deja vu.
Yeah.
Right?
We're all in a video game, Carabeth.
Ugh. Maybe.
I know. Can we just Control Alt Delete? Okay. All right. This one's from Weekend Bitter 9941. I think I might have accidentally been my own ghost 17 years ago. Okay, buckle up. This is equal parts creepy and ridiculous. Back in college, my classmates and I had an overnight group session at one of our friends' houses to finish a case study for a presentation. It was past midnight, everyone else was in the dining area, and I was alone in bed typing away on my laptop. Suddenly, from my peripheral vision, I saw something. Not just a shadow, an entity. Think Sadako vibes, long hair covering the face. But here's the weird detail. The hair wasn't jet black like in horror movies. It was dry, frizzy, and this brown copperish color, exactly like overprocessed, damaged hair you'd see after too many bleach sessions. I could still picture it clearly. Split ends, fried texture, the works. She was behind me, slightly leaning like she was looking over my shoulder at the screen, but I couldn't see her face, just the hair. And it lasted maybe a second, blink, and then she was gone. I froze. Then I bolted straight to the dining area, shaking, and told my classmates I saw something. Instant creepy overnight ghost story for that night, and then life moved on. I forgot about it. Until today. Fast forward 17 or 18 years later, I'm brushing my ash blonde hair, getting ready to go to my favorite salon for a treatment because my hair is dry AF after a recent touch-up. I'm looking in the mirror, inspecting the damage when it hits me like a horror plot twist. WTF? Was it me? Like, did I time travel? Was that ghost actually future me, fried hair and all, looking over my own work at that laptop? Was I just critiquing myself from the future? The hair color matches, the frizz matches. The only thing missing is the ability to astral project again, which I could do back then, but that's another story. So yeah, either I saw a ghost or I'm destined to become one for a split second 17 years in the past. Guess I'll find out once I learn time travel or remote viewing or maybe just invest in better conditioner.
Gosh. Again, with the deja vu type stuff. What did she say? Astroturf? What? Astro what?
Astral project.
What is that?
So astral projection is like I was going to call it a science. I don't know if it's a science, an art, an activity where it's kind of like you're in a really on the verge of sleep and awake, and it's like your consciousness goes somewhere else and gallivants.
So kind of like an out-of-body experience?
Kind of, yeah, but you're not dead.
Right.
You know, and it's and you have these experiences, and there's lots of either people are doing really, really good drugs, or there's lots of evidence that this thing can actually happen. I've heard stories where people are like, okay, I'm going to do this thing, and you think you're interacting with me, but I'm actually, my body's not even here. It's a whole thing. So there are
never
books
heard of it.
on this. There are people who try to learn how to do this. There are people who do it spontaneously and don't know what the hell just happened. So yeah.
Crazy. I had no idea. I'd never heard of it.
I'm trying to remember details as we speak. This was many, many, many years ago. There was someone in my life, and she called me up one day. She did not live anywhere in the same vicinity of the country as I do. And she's like, okay, I've got to ask you something. Were you doing blah, 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 blah last night? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, okay, I think I astral projected. And she could tell me exactly where I was at and what I was doing. And I'm like, what the hell is happening?
That's crazy.
So she's
That's
like,
it's kind of cool.
I'm like, so you're like spy, you're like an etheric spy? Like, I don't know if that's cool. Thank God I wasn't doing anything embarrassing. You know? My God.
Right?
Dodge that bullet. Yeah.
Thankfully, I was doing something. She's
Yeah.
like, were you knitting? Were you knitting
Wasn't knitting?
knitting next to the fire and just drinking a nice glass of wine? You were like, yes, that's exactly what I was doing.
I don't remember what I was doing, but I just remember going, what? And I think it was like, I don't know.
The specific details, though, of something like that, yeah, it's enough to make your hair raise on the back of your neck.
That's kind of like why I always wonder about dreams. When, like, if you have a dream about somebody and it's weird because it's like they're not really part of your day-to-day life, are they also dreaming about you?
Maybe. I mean, I think
Is it a thing?
Yeah.
Like, and you know, all these dreams, no one's ever going to talk about that. You can't control them, but still, it's like I don't want to tell anybody I had that dream, right?
Yeah.
So I just wonder, like, is it some type of I don't know.
communication type of deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think so. Because there's a lot of times too where it's like I don't remember all of my dreams, and some of my dreams are entertaining. A lot of times I know that I'm dreaming when I'm dreaming. So it's not like it's not a big deal. You know what I mean? But there's times when I do, like I think of certain people and it's like, oh, I wonder how they're doing. And if I know them, then sometimes I reach out. And sometimes like it's one of those things where it's like, oh, they might be kind of going through a hard time. And I'm like, oh, I'm glad that I'm glad that they came to my mind. So I was able to reach out or pray for them or whatever. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of one of those things where it's like, thank you. That it's like a gift, if you will. But
Well, I didn't realize it, but I have a surprise for you.
what?
So instead of doing the other thing I was going to do, now that we're talking about dreams, this is going to give you an idea of what I deal with at night, probably why I never feel rested.
Okay.
I do remember my dreams. This dream I had probably 20 years ago,
Okay.
and I still remember it. Ironically, I didn't live here at the time I had the dream, but it happened right on the street. This dream happened right on Kansas City Street,
Okay.
walking towards the Mines campus. Okay, so picture this. It's like 7 o'clock in the morning, kind of gray, cloudy sky, chilly, just on that like late fall kind of verge. And in the dream, I'm back in college and I'm hoofing it to campus. And I see a girl, a woman, younger woman, walking 3 dogs. Those, those taller, fluffy white dogs like American Eskimo or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's got 3 of them, and she's going for a walk. And there's really like nobody else. Actually, I'm not walking. I take that back. I'm on my bike. That's what it was. So I'm on my bike. She's walking the dogs. We're both kind of heading in the same direction. I pull ahead of her because I'm on the bike. And then all of a sudden, it's like the roadway is closed. And like, have you ever been in a big city when they're trying to do construction on a building and they have those covered walkways?
Yeah, it's like a tunnel.
Yeah. So all of a sudden, there's that on a residential sidewalk here, which makes absolutely no sense. But of course, it's a dream. So I get off the bike and I'm walking the bike through this, and it detours me through the residential neighborhood. I just know this because I know the lay of the land, not because I could see anything. So I get through the residential area. Now I'm on St. Joseph Street, and I'm inside a residence on St. Joseph Street. A building, a commercial building on St. Joseph Street that I've never been in. It's still there. The building's there, but I've never been in it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what the heck? And I'm trying to get to school, and now I'm late. And so I ditch the bike. I am stuck in this building. It's like a rat maze. I'm going round and around trying to figure out how the hell to get out of this building. I'm stuck, and it's just like impossible space-time thing. So like tons of levels to this building. There are areas where you can look way down and you can just see this black basement going on forever and blah 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 blah. And I feel like I'm in there for days, but of course it has to only be minutes, right?
Right.
So I'm in there, I'm trying to figure out a way out, and I finally come across, I'm looking down on a cell. There's 3 walls and then a barred cell door, like a jail cell.
Yeah.
With a cot. And there is a woman, and there are 2 skeletons of dogs and one that is being eaten off of.
Oh.
And I realized that was the woman I saw walking the 3 dogs, and those skeletons and corpses were of her pets.
Right.
And she'd been there a very long time, cannibalizing these dogs because she'd been imprisoned for a long time. So then I'm like, what has happened? I finally figure out how to get the hell out of the building. It is a totally different day. It is a totally different time. I feel like I've only been in there for minutes, for real.
Yeah.
But clearly this woman
who was in there for a long time.
Yeah, months, weeks, whatever. And so this whole thing was just such a trip.
That's
crazy. And I missed whatever was going on at school and lost my bike along the way. Lost my backpack as I'm running, like
crazy.
Yeah.
That's quite a dream.
So I don't know.
Yeah,
I still remember
nuts.
it. Anyway.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you never end up in anything like that. Ever.
Same?
Ugh.
Same.
Are you looking for an early morning boost or that midday pick-me-up? Check out the Homebrew Coffee Shop, a coffee shop with a cause on the OneHeart campus. At Homebrew, you'll find hope for a home in every cup. It's home to delicious coffee, sweet treats, breakfast, and lunch items. It's a great place to meet friends or host small group meetings. Homebrew is located at 201 Kansas City Street in Rapid City. Open Monday through Friday from 6:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. We'll see you there.
Well, that wraps up our Halloween 2025 episode. What are you escaping to this time?
I'm escaping these ghost stories this time.
That's fair.
I can't wait to get out of here, actually. Because it's like,
I'm never coming to campus again.
You know, whenever I come to campus, it's always, I enjoy it. It's everybody here is wonderful. We have such a good team. And so I do look forward to coming to campus. And I don't even think about any of those things because it's not, that's not what it that's not what it is to me. But yeah, hearing all these ghost stories today, I'm like, ooh, get me out of here. So anyway, what are you escaping?
Escaping too?
Oh, escaping to, yes.
Well, getting free of this headset
Yeah.
is going to
that
feel
too.
pretty good.
It's like a vice.
But it's not this way. It's this way. This is
See,
where my head hurts.
for
It's
me, it
always
is-
right on the top. Oh, really?
Yeah, for me, it
mine's
is
right
this
here.
way.
I don't know. Is my head shaped like an egg or something?
Maybe.
What's happening?
Maybe you have a cone head.
But this is a lot of hours of recording.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll catch back up one day. So that's what I'm aiming for in life is to catch back up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
that'd be great. That'd be a great sensation. Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah. Well,
All right,
there we go.
that's a wrap.
That's a wrap. Well, thank you all for tuning in. We truly appreciate each and every one of you. If you like what you heard, please share it with a friend you think might enjoy it. And be sure to follow and subscribe to help us grow.
We really are a podcast for a cause, so your patronage can really help us make a difference. If our podcast has inspired or moved or entertained you, it would mean the world to us if you would take a moment and just leave us a 5-star review wherever you listen. It helps other listeners find us. And broadening our reach means more ad revenue, which means helping more of the people we help at OneHeart escape the unthinkable. You can support our show in other ways by becoming a patron. You can do that through our website at escapepod.live. You can connect with us on our socials through the website. You can send your thoughts on future episodes to justbecause at escapepod.live, or you can share your personal stories of escape of any type and variety to escape artist at escapepod.live.
Well, that's a wrap on this episode of the Escape Pod. Remember, trauma may be inevitable, but how you grapple with it is optional. So stay resilient.
And keep the sage burning.
Absolutely.